They will definitely be moving on right now. We have none other than Pacific versus Rage City. The two periphery states there, Reverend.
Yes, absolutely. Like I say, people can have a quiet distance. This tournament has quite a reputation, and everyone wants to be part of it. Off the jam line first for Rage City is Sally Painmaker, driven to the infield. Sally's up against Abominatrix. Painmaker makes it out first. Sally Painmaker is your lead jammer for the Rage City All-Stars.
All right, early on, Rage City taking the lead with jammer position. There goes Abominatrix. She's breaking free now.
Abominatrix do a beautiful bean dip, lowering that shoulder and dodging a block. Sally taking a beating in there for Bebbles, driven to the outfield. They try to go to back. She calls it off with holding points from Abominatrix.
Nice hits out there, nice pack control by Misfit Maiden of Pacific.
3-0 advantage Rage City. Up now is number 100, Little Red Vet for Rage City All-Stars.
She's going up against General Electric. Electric.
You know her by the 87 kilowatts on her back.
Makes me feel like I'm 5 years old when I say that. Electric.
It's kilowatts or kilo women? Little Vet dodging, working that outside. She's your lead jammer once again for Rage City.
Rage City so far really dominating this lead jammer situation. General Electric having a real hard time. Nice hit.
She almost got escape velocity. She's working the inside. She sloughed that off, but they chased after her and got her one more time on the outside. We see her for cutting the track. It's going to be a power jam for Rage City.
Well, Rage City didn't need any advantages right now. They were already off to a lead, but here they go. Power jam.
Man, she went through that pack untouched that time, tippy-toeing left and right. 5-point pass that time. Grand slam.
Oh, nice. Right around the outside of that pack, not even getting touched. No resistance whatsoever. She picks up a full 5 on that pass as well.
Another grand slam for Rage City. They're proving that Victorian did not take all the points available in this tournament. Grand slam number 3.
Wow, and a fast one at that, Reverend. Pacific really needs to ramp up their defense right now, especially on this runaway power jam. And that's what they're doing right now.
Vet had a little contention there. Another pass, 5 points. Pebbles off to the penalty box.
All right, the ref's telling us where the pack is.
Bet hitting that block wall up front, making short work of it, pass up. Is that her 4th or 5th grand slam?
They happen so fast, Rev.
Exactly. I'm hoping it's a 5th. That would make it a unicorn.
That was I don't know if I've seen that many grand slams come off that fast in that succession.
I know. In fact, she made me re-choose my words. I couldn't commit to saying too much because she got around too quickly. I don't actually announce what's going on. Back on the line for Pacific Hooligans is Abominatrix, going up against the Mermaid Hair. 313, Wikipedia. I guess when the wind hits, the hair flies up.
It's nice looking hair, though. I think she can dishes.
So pretty.
Oh,
can I have some?
Massive, huge
hard hit. EMTs. Could we have EMTs ready?
EMTs to turn number 1, please. EMTs to turn number 1.
Looks like we have number 14, Abominatrix, getting some care from our EMT staff.
Big hand, ladies and gentlemen, for Abominatrix. Up on her feet, and that's a good sign.
On her feet, walking on her own, despite the fact the skate's removed. Hopefully it's just shaking off some stars, and she'll be back with us shortly.
That was a huge hit, Reverend. Huge hit.
And look like we're in the midst of a power jam for Rage City. Up to the line is Genetically Evil, number 76.
And that jam line is sponsored by Simply Bits, your local choice for dependable communications. Thank you, Simply Bits.
All right, nice defense there by Rage City, opening up a hole.
Rage gets it, Genetically Evil. Rage to control the back of that pack. Oh, I spoke too soon. Number 50 is in there to break up that black wall. And they've got blockers surrounded. There's one blocker left for Pacific. She can hold Jen back. Jen's through for a grand slam of 5 points.
That was some nice juke in there.
And some sweet strategery by Alaska waiting it out in the back there.
Yeah. Alaska looking really good here early in the first period.
Very strong and very patient.
Jenek muscling her way through the pack. She's up front once again. Pacific's got her pinned in. It's got two skaters. She muscles her way through, arms crossed against each other. She's out once again for another grand slam.
Misfit Maiden back there trying to put a stop to her momentum. Did slow it down a little bit. That's the kind of defense we're going to need to see from Pacific right about now.
General back in it, driven to the infield. Unfortunately, 867 loses her footing. General continues onward.
Yeah, that was some nice ballerina moves, staying inbounds on her tiptoes.
A beautiful run through the pack there by the hooligan. General Electric, she is out. Genetically Evil doing battle with Pacific. She calls it off before General can get back into the pack and score some points.
Yeah, Misfit Maiden doing an excellent job out there pivoting.
4-0 advantage Rage. Called that one just in time.
S810 for Hawaii Kaleidoscope, last year's MVP for the Pacific Roller Derby. She is one of my favorite roller derby girls to watch.
What does her other cheek say? I can't see it.
It says Roller Addict.
Oh, okay.
One of our vendors for the Dust Devil.
I knew she was an addict or something.
Rage after immediately release. Pacific laying in wait, trying to block their jammer. Paymaker Sally jamming for Rage City, pushing her way up to the front. Pushing that 20-foot mark. She gets lead jammer status.
Wow, and Kaleidoscope the entire time trying to be knocked out of bounds, but she stays on her skates in the inbounds, hot on her heels, but it's not good enough.
Sally hits the reset button, and wisely so. They got a nice padded lead. She can afford to do so.
Alaska really loving that Simply Bits jammer line. They are all over it.
That's right. General Electric's going to be jamming again.
2 in a row, nice. If it's not broken, don't fix it. Going up against the little red vet for the Rage City All-Stars. Here at home, Rage City is wearing an orange. Pacific's in black.
A fierce battle for the inside line.
And it
gets General Electric knocked to the inside.
Rage City once again getting lead jammer status. Red's calling it, but Pacific pushes through that fourth whistle. 3-2, advantage Rage by a point. Nice run, going to put Pacific on the board.
You know, Reverend, I believe that Rage City has held lead jammer every single jam so far.
My goodness, nice job, Rage City.
Ladies and gentlemen, oh frabjous day, the bar is open and it is never too early to drink at Dust Devil 2012.
Kaleidoscope back on the line for Pacific and gets hit right off the bat to the out of bounds.
Wikipedia working her way through the front, shuffling on blockers left and right. She is out, and by a hair, she gets lead jammer status. Wow, a little jam on jammer action. Kaleidoscope taking out Wikipedia hard. Wikipedia usurping her power as lead jammer to call it off.
Nice offensive jamming. Kaleidoscope living up to her name.
Kaleidoscope mahalo. I love watching that lady skate.
Kaleidoscope knocks some Wikipedia into my eye.
Pacific Roller Derby would like to give a big shout out to Calamity Crush, number 10-4, watching at home. We wish you could be skating with us.
All right, we got Jen against Jen right now. Genetically Evil going up against General Electric.
It's a Jen off.
And again, we got Rage City with lead jammer right now.
General Electric breaks out that pack. Losing a Pacific skater for an arms penalty, and that's Pyro.
All right, past the last blocker and frantically calling off the jam. That's Genetically Evil.
Rage City, aptly named. They just fly through that Pacific defense like they're standing still. Angry Alaskans, angry.
They've got a lot of anger pent up there after being fully represented by Sarah Palin for so long. I wouldn't make anybody angry.
I don't think we can talk politics, Serge. I think
I'm
that is in the
I'm not.
category
Just explaining their rage.
of things we're allowed to say.
All right, now we see Misfit Maiden. She's taking off her pivot helmet and putting on a jammer star right now. She's going to be jamming for
both
Pacific.
jammers went to the inside, both went to the outside, trying to find an escape route. Pacific gets it. Oh, cutting the track for Pacific. Misfit Maiden's off the penalty box.
And just as fortunes had turned around for Pacific, that was their first lead jam of the game. Misfit Maiden's going to have to take a seat for a big old cutting. You can't cut,
It's
Reverend.
all
You
up to
can't cut.
Paymaker Sally. Yes, you must stay within the oval. I got to tell you, someone out there is doing some nice blocking. It's 4002 Axel Pacific. I see her doing a lot of good work up there, beating that last line defense over and over again.
And another full 5 for Rage City. And some more Pacific players being called off. I saw back blocking, at least for one of them
And
out
we're
there.
losing Lucky Punch and Axel to the penalty box, unfortunately.
Yep. Very bad news for Pacific right now. It's getting extremely shorthanded. Only
Rage City should be sponsored by Denny's for these Grand Slams. That's all I'm saying.
No kidding. And there goes another one right there. All right, Pacific with 2 blockers out there. Doing their best, but not slowing down the momentum of Rage City at all. Painmaker Sally is just racking up the points. And there she goes on the inside line, not even getting touched for another easy 5. Wow, just as the pack seemed to be picking up a little bit of pace. Didn't quite matter. That was a pant load of points there, Reverend.
That was a pant load.
Pant load of points. I'm going to borrow that one. That's sweet. Back up is a little red vet for Rage City. Going against General Electric. At this point, you probably call him as well as I can. We see him jam so many times.
That's right. Both of those ladies on the Simply Bits jammer line. 74-3 right now in favor of Rage City. Feel the rage.
Vet going outside, doing a counter block to Malay Antoinette. She almost breaks away, but she's put to the infield, working her way through refs. She's back out in front, and she's your lead jammer.
Somehow in that fracas, Kaleidoscope picked up a penalty. She'll be sitting in the box.
Rage City has made a number of trips to this part of the country, and they always put on a good show. They performed in Battle for the Coast.
Little Red Vet picking up a grand slam, full 5 on that last pass. Pacific trying to slow the Vet down, but she burls her way through and calls off the jam, ladies and gentlemen. Little Red Vet.
A big thank you to Kick and Edge, 5on5 Magazine, Discount Skatewear, and DerbyLove.net. Derby Love, wear it or not.
3-1-3 for Rage City is out, and she's your lead jammer. That's Wikipedia.
A pretty little double tap in the back by Tenacious Lee.
Wikipedia dropped by Pyro.
That's right,
Little jammer on jammer action.
Love that jammer on jammer action, Reverend.
The recycling from Alaska is just cray-cray.
Wikipedia taking a beating to that pack, earned every one of those points on that Grand Slam. She calls off before either of them can re-enter the pack. And once again, if it seems a little cruel withholding points, we are in a tournament situation. Should two teams win the exact same number of bouts, we go to the point differentials, and that's what they're trying to rack up here.
That's right.
Oddly, Alaska's bringing the heat. Apparently what you do is plow snow and get tattooed. Because these ladies are scary.
It kind of reminds me, what was it, Rocky IV, when he went to go to Russia and he was training in the snow, and I'm just imagining them doing that, you know.
Totally.
Carrying polar bears up mountains.
Right?
Once you reference a Rocky movie past number 2, you can't be exact because they all blend.
Yeah, well, that's why the numbers.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
The red brings a
Rocky
good
3.7? I'm not sure.
Meanwhile, Alaska again with lead jam, Genetically Evil, number 76.
I believe at a certain point the Rockies become where Rocky becomes the Terminator. I believe they intertwine like that.
Yeah. In my mind, they do.
Poor, cold, and lonely pivot line. Nobody loves them.
But we do love the Jammer line, brought to you today by Simply Bits, your local choice for dependable communications.
Hey, pivot line. Money talks, everything else walks, or at least skates. Take some notes for next time.
Oh.
Kaleidoscope run on that side. Deuce Gunner putting a stop to her rampage.
That's right. Kaleidoscope almost had it on the outside, but take a look at this.
Mm-hmm. Sally Paymaker off the penalty box. It's a power jam for Kaleidoscope.
Right.
And she's been powerfully moved to the way back of the back.
Yeah, this is some amazing block strategy going on by number 50 of Rage City. Knocking Kaleidoscope out of bounds, going way, way, way backwards, forcing her to re-enter. But she makes it, and there she is, Kaleidoscope. And I do believe this is Pacific's first real lead jammer right here.
And you're in Kaleidoscope from a few jams ago. Most powerful block of the day.
And if there's anybody Hawaii needs with a jammer panty on and a power jam, it's Kaleidoscope, and that is 5 in the sky.
That's right, Grand Slam for Kaleidoscope.
That's right, Grand Slam for Grand Slam. Take that Grand Slam. I got my own Grand Slam. And Pacific needs it right now. Just over the halfway mark in period number 1. Oh! That was like the Blue Angels.
From here.
Making it look easy. Another Grand Slam for Kaleidoscope of Pacific Roller Derby.
All right, Pacific Roller Derby fans, make some noise for Kaleidoscope. Getting back on the board.
And putting them in double digits.
Nice work.
Jamming for the first time today, Malay Antoinette.
Melee Antoinette.
She's up for the Pacific Hooligans. Going against Little Red Vet, as you all know, for Rage City All-Stars.
Well, one thing that Rage City's really got coordinated is getting off that jammer line the way that their defense works with their jammer, opening up holes, knocking the other blockers out of the way. It's
And we're losing Tiger to the
beautiful.
penalty box.
Little
Vet
Red
doing a
Vet
good
search.
job dancing over that leg sticking out, getting through.
That's right, taking the inside line and another full 5 for Little Red Vet. You know, if we had to count all the grand slams in this game so far, you know, I'm just glad
There
we
would
don't.
be a lot.
I'm just glad we don't have to.
We can't do
Yes.
math.
I don't have
Serge.
enough fingers. I don't. Can't count that high.
We got 21, right? Pacific controlling the front of this back. Trying to form up that wall that can hold Little Red Vet. They have not built that wall that can hold her yet, and the wall dissolved. Looks like they tried some bridging, not soon enough. Vet is out once again.
That's right, Little Red Vet picking up another full 5. With a look on her face like, yeah, what's another full 5? Oh, nice. Getting down low and through the pack.
Little Red Vet practically folded in half to get through that time. I'm sure she was kissing her shin. No hit zone left.
Pack at a full stop, looking to put a full stop on Little Red Vet, but she blows right through him.
Even her low has a low. Look at that.
Nice.
Juking. You thought she was outside. She dives in the center, punches through one more time.
Looked like she was pumping up a BB gun, but it worked.
Little Red Vet and then Cruel Hand Luke having a little casual skate together out there. It's nice to see the players and skaters get along. And we got halftime, I believe. And I got to tell you, I'm digging the NSO out there with brought his boomstick, a.k.a. his voice. Loving it. Do we? Oh, I saw a ref signal. My bad. We got 10 minutes left in this first half.
Reverend Mike's been hitting the sauce a little early. We
No,
apologize for the mistake.
He's just anxious to get over to that Saddle Champs booth and pick up his free breakfast burrito.
And who isn't?
Breakfast burrito.
Delicioso.
Oh, Melee Antoinette. She saw the opportunity. She took it, took a few hits, but she made it happen. That's right, Pacific. You got lead jammer.
And when I make missed calls like that, just remember we are the non-skating unofficials.
Nice. Nice blocking. Who is that?
That is Blitzkrieg Baker, number 867. And she has a booty that just don't stop.
Malia back taking a beating. Styling takes over and she calls it off.
Unless, of course, you were calling 2-1 Shocker Khan, which holy amazing name, Batman.
And look like Rage City is looking to build up that differential, releasing, getting that extra 10 seconds every time.
I'd also like attention to be brought to Shaka Khan's antic skates, which are the color of Superman.
Oh, thanks for calling that to my attention.
You're welcome.
And look at Rage City's in it. Oh, we did not say Simon Says. We lose one skater prematurely.
Just a little too anxious to get off that line. What would be the Simply Bits jammer line. All right, finally, the jammers go.
Nice run away from General Electric. General just ran that outside, went through untouched, became your lead jammer for Pacific.
You know, Painmaker Sally let her go first. That's a popular tactic by a lot of jammers to let the other jammer hit the wall first. Didn't really pay off this time.
That's right. General Electric is in the middle of a power jam.
One blocker left.
General Electric doing that dance, taking her out to that 20-foot leash.
Yep. Right to the edge. Not quite out of play. Almost. Not quite.
2-1. Shaka Khan had to let her go.
Oh,
Went after
no.
her again. Jen ran through like a little deer through the forest, getting that grand slam 5 points.
A beautiful evasion by General Electric as she lifted one foot up and skated through on one skate.
Rage City forming up front. Misfit joining her team in back. General taking the bump and keep on going. Driven to the outside by Rage and drawn back. That's going to momentarily stop her rampage.
Rage City, excellent at that maneuver.
Whoa, Cry went for it and lost it. Didn't make connection, slid out.
All right, General Electric says enough's enough. She hits the ground and calls off the jam. Before Painmaker Sally could do any more damage.
Meanwhile, we'd like to thank Adam Wheels, Baja Dogs Bikini Vixen, and Mr. K's Barbecue, some of our wonderful vendors, donors, and volunteers.
Well, the officials reset. We're ready to go. Back in the line is Wicked Speedia for Rage City in the orange.
She's going up against Kaleidoscope. Kaleidoscope already proven herself as a very offensive jammer. Gets knocked out of bounds, has to re-enter. Oh, no, picks up her fourth minor. I believe that probably
No one's sure. Got a little confusion out there. Deuce Gunner hit.
She picked up a minor cutting. That would be her fourth minor. She's going to be hitting the box.
That's right. That's going to be a power jam for Rage City.
And as if Rage City needed a power jam right now.
Exactly. Tiger off to the belly box once again. A little under 6 minutes left to go in this first half.
Pacific looking to put up a wall of black there, really trying to put a stop to Wicked Speedia, and they did. She kind of found a way out, but
Wicked making her way out once again.
I think we should keep calling her Mermaid. Just from the end of the tournament.
It's almost in this game. It's almost as if a jammer doesn't pass the pack without getting a full five. Either team.
You're absolutely right. Amazing that there's a huge differential, but you're still seeing grand slams from the Pacific team.
Oh yeah. When they get lead jammer, they're doing it. And as we speak, another full five by Wicked Speedia.
A huge hit from Blitzkrieg Baker to Kaleidoscope, but she is back up.
And we got scares all over the place. Blitzkrieg went after Kaleidoscope. Kaleidoscope dodges. Blitzkrieg rolling out to the announcer's table. Nice to see you.
More than dodging. Look at Kaleidoscope go. It's like someone just pressed the nitro burn on her.
Speaking of nitro burn.
We'd like to thank
I've never heard of that term. I'm sorry. I don't know what you're speaking of.
We'd like to thank Nitro Burn Industries for all of your clothing and apparel needs. He will put your number on the back of your shirt. Nitro Burn Industries.
I think I know that guy.
I think he's nitro burning one right now. It's some sweet gen-on-gen action on the jammer line.
That's
General
right.
Electric against Genetically Evil.
I love that name, Genetically Evil.
It's incredible.
It's almost as cool as General Electric.
And look at the organization in that Rage City defense as they knock General Electric out of bounds, and then all three blockers just at the same pace go backwards.
They definitely move as a unit.
Yeah.
And Rage City has got to do a lot of traveling to play other teams. It's pretty impressive. They got to travel 6 hours just to play the Fairbanks team.
Yeah. Well, Pacific doesn't have an easy time as well. They're on several different islands, and they practice on one island, so they all have to travel to that one island to play games and practice.
Touché.
Yeah. That's what both of these teams get for being on the periphery states.
We have a timeout. Kilimanjaro, what say you?
We would like to thank 5on5 Magazine, Simply Bits, Skate Inc., and Roller Addict. Rydell Skates and Cube Bearings keeping you rolling.
Don't forget to walk around and check out Merchandise Row. We got all kinds of great stuff from all the teams.
Like burritos.
Yeah, burritos. I don't know if they come well, the Saddle Tramp burritos, that's true. They come from a team. But we have other merchandise from teams as well as official Dust Devil tournament merchandise. Go check it out. A lot of cool stuff. Buy a t-shirt, say you've been there.
Settle Tramp burritos. They are tramp flavored. Get yours now.
Yeah, see, the key to a saddle tramp burrito is you put the ingredients in raw, then you put the burrito under your saddle and you ride for 6 hours, and by the end it's done. Ready to eat.
Mentos. I love it.
Yeah.
See, these people are as grossed out as I am. You see all these faces? They're not very happy. No.
Look,
none of
I'm
that.
just explaining how it's made. I'm not the chef, okay?
Do not kill the messenger. Kilimanjaro.
Appreciated.
All right, timeout over. Skaters back on the track, up to the line. For Pacific, we got Kaleidoscope.
Going against Little Red Vet for Rage City. The inside open up. She wiggles in, shoots out. She does not make it, though. This is all Kaleidoscope. She's your lead jammer.
Wow, Kaleidoscope really took advantage of that.
I'm ready to buy a Kaleidoscope action figure.
Yeah.
And look at 4002 Axel. They're doing some great work out there once
I know.
again.
Kaleidoscope taking on all the blockers by herself and shrugging, hey, where's my help? Well, she's doing a good job of it, staying in the fray. Knocked to the out of bounds. There she goes. Oh!
Kaleidoscope taking a hit, but taking a hit from a fallen skater. She continues on. There's the end of the jam.
Wow, that was a tough one round for Kaleidoscope.
Kaleidoscope versus Alaska. That was
Yeah.
insane.
That sounds like,
the whole state.
I want to see that movie.
We should. Is someone writing this down?
She would do it too. She would fly there by herself and play the game.
On the wings of an angel.
One person roster. I'm Kaleidoscope. I'll need nothing. General Electric up to the line for Pacific.
General almost shot through, took it to shoulder. That's going to keep her in that pack.
She's going against Painmaker Sally for Rage City. And there she goes. Painmaker picking up lead jammer.
Once again, blockers doing their job, just keeping her contained until their jammer can get through. We're losing Melee Antoinette to the penalty box for Pacific. 3-6-7 going in for the kill, missing her mark and sliding out.
That was a nice hit late on Painmaker in turn number one. Didn't stop her from scoring some more points, though, and calling off the jam, ladies and gentlemen. Painmaker Sally.
We'd like to thank Simply Bits, our jam line sponsor, your local choice for dependable communications. They are all over that jam line.
Did Hypnothize just do the splits on the jammer line? I'm sorry, Kilimanjaro. I just had to point that out. Go ahead, please.
No, I was speechless.
By all means, if there are splits on the jammer line, cut in.
Crisis. Sorry, going up against Genetically Evil.
Crisis, I believe, jammer for the first time in this bout.
Yeah. But Genetically Evil already run away. She's got lead jammer right now.
Crisis running the forbidden outside. Little juke. She's got two players. Oh, and they call her out of play just as they get caught up in each other.
It's a nice takedown.
Jenkins Eagle working her way around Misfit, getting out of that pack once again for another Grand Slam. And the jam's going to end this half.
Melee Antoinette will be hitting the penalty box again.
Jekyll Evil hung up and put in the back of that pack. Crisis moves onward. Axel off to the penalty box for Pacific.
Axel's going to be hitting the penalty box as well. And there's another full five picked up by Rage City. Genetically Evil bringing it on home.
Rage City unofficially calling off the half. Pacific calling her own points.
That's right. Now we're at the half, Reverend.
Nice. Peanut butter jelly time.
170 to 33. We will join you and the action again in 14 minutes and 41 seconds. So don't go anywhere. Hit that beer garden. It's time to start drinking. All right, looks like we're ready to get back to some more roller derby action.
Nice. We have some old ones on the line. You know them by now. Say it with me. For Rage City, it is Sally Paymaker going against Kaleidoscope for the Pacific Hooligans. I believe we're going to paint a chalk outline for that spot with Tiger because she's been in that position every time. Don't get me wrong, she wears it well.
I think the pronunciation is wrong. I think it's tiger. The mewing at the end is so rad. It needs to continue.
Little sparse on the track out there. I'm looking at 3 Rage blockers, and we only got 1 Pacific blocker.
Oh,
Misfit Main doing a beautiful job line and wait and spring load and put it into the infield.
yeah.
Sally sloughs it right off and keeps on going. She's your lead jammer.
Yeah, that did not work out for Kaleidoscope, but it looked like it was going to be awesome if it did.
Speaking of Kaleidoscope, there she goes off to the penalty box. It's a power jam for Rage City.
Painmaker Sally freeing away, picking up another full 5. Should just have that on a sample. Full 5, full 5.
You lazy announcer.
We're losing Miso Rowdy, unfortunately, to the penalty box.
Yeah.
Is there even room at the end for her, or she has to keep going? Yeah, there's a spot open now.
I think Haymaker only got 4 on that last pass.
Yeah, unusual, isn't it?
If you're playing the drinking game, drink.
And it looked like she picked up a minor cutting as well.
Incroyable.
Well, it looks like, she's getting more resistance than she would have last period. So it looks like that Pacific is really ramping up their defense.
And Axel driving Paymaker to the infield once and twice. And we'll keep an eye on Axel, like that unsung hero out there for the Pacific Hooligans.
All right, calling off the jam before Kaleidoscope can do any damage.
Alaska owning that jammer line, sponsored by Simply Bits. The pivot line is owned by... It's like Detroit. Nobody lives there.
Nobody wants to live there anymore, Jilly.
It's a sad, sad
Back to
day.
the line for Rage City as Little Red Vet going against putting the bomb in an Abominatrix.
Well, that's a good sign. This is Abominatrix's first jam since she was injured last period.
Oh, it's great to see her back. Nice call there, Surge. We want to see that. We want to see good hits. We don't want to see serious injuries.
That's right. And there she goes, a little juke and a hustle. Abominatrix gets out of the pack.
Beautiful stride, nice low. Couldn't even quite work it out in time. We'll see her back soon, I'm sure.
A little odd turn of events. There is no longer a 0 or a 5 at the end of Rage City's score.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you, Kilimanjaro.
They have gotten nothing but Grand Slams since like Jam 1.
Well, we only have you up here for the math,
Oh.
really. So
Wow,
I'm
we are
literally
in
thanking
trouble then.
you. Literally thanking you.
Oh my goodness.
General Electric recovering and being taken out by Gunner once again, brought to the way back of the back. Meanwhile, Rage City breaks away from that pack. That's the Mermaid with your lead jammer.
Rage City's been doing an excellent job of baiting General Electric to the outside, knocking her out of bounds, and then having her re-enter way in the back of the pack. It's been working several times in a row.
I don't remember what Mermaid's actual name is.
Well, she
'Cause
just called off the jam, Jilly.
Good job, Mermaid. We appreciate it.
That would be Wicked Speedia of Rage City.
And it looks like that wish fulfillment's going on. Abominatrix back on the line for the Pacific Hooligans.
She's going up against Genetically Evil of Rage City.
I am genetically evil. I was designed to cheat.
That's about as evil mastermind of a name as you can get. I'm genetically evil from Rage City. I've come to burn
That is
your
a nice
town.
combo, Surge.
And speaking of that, she gets right around the pack. Doesn't
Nice.
even get touched. Taking the outside line, she's your lead jammer.
Nah, got a nice push from Triple Extra Stuff.
I always like it when I get a push from the... Meow, meow, meow. Full 5 for genetically evil. Abominatrix still in the game.
Abomination is a beautiful stride, reminiscent of Dr. Turmoil, the Sandy Derby Dolls.
Ah, and just as she's about to enter the pack, the
We
jam
have
gets called
EMTs
off.
to the court, EMTs. We got to look. Rev correction, S180, put it in the box. We're pulling her right back out, making this all good.
Life is good right now.
Yeah.
All right.
We got some blood on the track. Get your DVD today. And we're just cleaning that up, and we'll be ready shortly.
Oh, he did. Oh, he did.
All right, General
we're
Electric.
back.
Up to the line for Pacific.
Guess number 66, Paintmaker Sally for Rage City. General looking for that hole in the center. Looks like she's going to ride that wave of bodies, loses her footing, and put it in the back.
Incredible defense by Rage City right now.
Shocker Khan doing some good job out there, putting her way, way, way back in the pack. Rage City breaks her once again, breaking that double century mark. And it's a power jam for Rage City.
General Electric into the penalty box for a major track cut. Oh,
Rage City driven to the infield. Kaleidoscope taking advantage, bringing her way, way, way back. Eating up that momentum.
yep. Kaleidoscope giving her a taste of her own medicine.
Saymaker working that holes there, working and finding that crack in the wall.
And we're starting to see that defense that we were looking for Pacific. Nice shutout by on Sally.
Kaleidoscope went in there and took advantage, regulating, putting her in the back of the pack. She's back up into it, but in the back. Kaleidoscope with a hip turn, puts her to the outside, dodges the block from Tiger.
Amazing blocking by Kaleidoscope.
Showing that she's a true utility player. We love her with the jammer panty on, but with the pivot panty on especially, she's showing that she can play any position in the pack.
Well, that was definitely a turnaround play for Pacific, and we saw the kind of defense that they need to put up against this Rage City offense.
Power Jam for Rage City continuing onward. We have an official timeout. Kilimanjaro, take it away.
A big shout out to Calamity Crush, number 10-4 of the Pacific Roller Derbies at home watching. Couldn't make it out. Your team loves you. Also, some of our sponsors and vendors, we'd like to thank Derby Famous, Kick an Edge, Peddler on the Path, QT Jewelry, and the Quasimodo Sisters.
And we're back.
All right, Little Red Vet with a power jam. No. No, that's what you heard. That's what you heard. All right, nice blocking by Pacific right now.
Little Red Vet taking the beating around the outside. They got an OPEC situation. Pyro's their go for Rage City.
Reverend, these last two jams have probably been the hardest jams for the Rage City Jammers to this entire game. We're really seeing a turnaround in Pacific's defense.
Absolutely. You know, the light comes on at different times. I say don't count Pacific out in this tournament. Watch for them in future bouts.
Little Red Vet had her eye on General Electric and calls off the jam.
And I could swore Little Red Vet said, watch me, I'm going to call this. Dove in, hips one, fourth whistle. Timed it perfectly with holding points from Pacific. I've talked to other skaters before. I know every once in a while they make sure that, watch me, it's about to happen.
Yeah. Well, we've all seen many times a jammer trying to call off the jam and the jam ref misses it. So.
Yeah, they're like hummingbird wings on their hips. No, come on.
Yeah. Please look at me. Please look at me. All right, ref saying the pack is over there, right here. And again, we are seeing some
Axel going down to one knee, but directing the slide of that one knee. What I say, she's one of my personal favorites on Pacific, if not this tournament.
Yeah, nice job at slowing Rage City down. They still got lead jammer, but there's Abominatrix right on her heels.
Genetically Evil calling it off with a say what? Say what?
Well, this is exciting. I don't care what the scoreboard says. I'm really enjoying watching Pacific put up this fight.
This is exciting.
General Electric on the line. She's going up against Wicked Speedia. And Wicked Speedia runs away with lead jammer right now.
Oh, Wicked Speedia is wicked smart as she breaks away from that pack.
And bad news for Pacific.
It's bad news for everybody. Everyone's racing the box. It's Shocker Khan and General Electric. It's a power jam for Rage City. Went through untouched. It's a 2-on-2 action out there. Field day for Rage City. You necessarily couldn't stop the Mermaid with a 4-woman wall.
That's right. Only 2 Pacific blockers out there to put a stop to her. They're doing an excellent job. Or at least it's slowing her down.
Grand slam for Wicked Speedia. If I can't juke around you, I'll juke right into you.
And Wicked's, just about to blow right through. But And nice job by Pacific making her re-enter all the way in the back of the pack. But she gets through anyway, picks up a full 5. She's like, no matter, it just took me an extra minute and a half.
She was busy singing a siren song. She's hypnotizing.
Shocker tried to brag Pacific back, and I think Pacific realized that 20-foot rule, sloughed it off and kept on going.
Wow, General Electric really fighting her way through that pack, literally. Meanwhile, Wicked Speedia picking up another full 5. And she calls off the jam.
Maybe it's her magical blonde dreads. She's powered by patchouli.
Ladies and gentlemen, a 30-point jam by Rage City. 6 Grand Slams. Back of the line, Abominatrix for the Hooligans. Little Red Vet up there with Abominatrix. So you see Sally Painmaker up there getting her 4th minor. Going to come back in minor free.
Poor pivot line. So sad and lonely.
All right. We finally.
Simon says skate.
Yeah, it looked like the Pacific coach wanted them to go, I think.
And it looks like Little Red calling her penalties. Pebbles off to the penalty box for Pacific. Abominatrix, 50 never going after her. That's Deuce Gunner. Misses her, puts it in the infield. She is, and off to the penalty box. Major track cutting on that one.
Yeah.
Exactly not what Pacific Roller Derby needs.
That's right.
Well,
And it looks
Little
like we got
Red
another
Vet.
Pacific skater off to the penalty box. We have a full bout at the end. She might have continued her trip around. No, we have one more space left.
Power jam for Little Red Vet. Not someone you want to give a power jam to if you're the other team. And she easily makes her way through that pack, picking up another full 5.
Betts going to call this one off. Give somebody else a chance at that power jam.
Getting close to the halfway mark of period number 2. 2:52 to 34.
It is 30-24. Hypnotized jamming for the first time at Rage City today.
Look at that track start, Hypnothize. I appreciate it.
Hypnotized also skating for Team Badunk.
Skating unopposed. This is a power jam at Advantage, Alaska.
Pacific with only 2 blockers out on the track right now.
Hypno stopped off for some reason. I think she's too used to being a blocker. Break away out that back. She is not your lead jammer. Yeah, cutting the track for Hypnothize. Lead jammer status still up for grabs.
Pacific still looking to hold that pack control up at the front. Kaleidoscope with a little bit of a hit.
Hypnothize has not done a lot of skating today as far as I can tell. She got a Grand Slam right now. I think she has the energy just to pile on through. Nice low on Hypnothize. Someone got a little piece of her over there. Put her to the outside, recycling her to the back of the pack. Oh, she enters right into her shoulder.
That's got to feel good.
Oh.
Skaters are falling. Looks like we're getting a little tired out there.
Hypnothize making her way to the front of the pack, picking up another Grand Slam. And Abominatrix calls off the jam.
A big shout out to some of our vendors, donors, and volunteers. We have Adam Wheels, Baja Dogs, Discount Skatewear, Derby Supply, and Derby Famous.
Painmaker Sally and General Electric facing off on the Simply Bits jammer line.
And General Electric just going to burrow her way through like a gopher. Look like you're going to make a hole where a hole doesn't exist. Who hasn't been there? Meanwhile, Rage City is your lead jammer. General doing battle with the Shocker. 2-1 hits on top of her. Pebbles back into it, back of the pack, and strategically right on top of her. It's not going to stop Rage City. Getting low, working that outside. She's out of that pack for another Grand Slam.
Not only is the pack play for Alaska insane, Shocker Khan is a one-man army against Pacific Rollers Jammer.
Shocker
Whenever she-
John doing a beautiful job escorting players to the outside and then putting them way, way back. She got that done pat.
Meanwhile, look at Painmaker Sally. Another full 5, no problem.
Did she just flip you the devil horns? She's like, yeah, I got this. I got this, guys. Like there were no blockers on the track.
4 points on that last pass for Sally. She must be slacking.
I can't go back and get that point.
She didn't get 8 grand slams in a row. Well, there's another grand
There's
slam.
another
All right.
grand
There it is.
Thank you,
All
Sally.
right, thank you. Thank you, Sally. We appreciate it.
The ref hand feels weird having to fold that thumb in one time. This entire bout. Painmaker doing a rock star slide, almost taking out a rev, calling off the jam.
Meanwhile, Axel's got a flag football bandana hanging around. Somebody wants to pull that. Pacific Roller Derby trying to take back that jammer line, brought to you by Simply Bits, your local choice for dependable communications. Who's jamming for Alaska?
Backing up, Abominatrix, getting some momentum. I'm going to slide right in there. Throwing a shoulder to Blitzkrieg. Fortunately, that shoulder pushed Blitzkrieg right through. It's like a cork popping out of a wine champagne bottle. Rage
I
City,
wanna
your
call
lead
that
jammer.
the Alaskan snowplow.
Abominatrix still looking for that way out there. She is getting out of the pack.
Blitzkrieg
Nice and clean.
breaker, a blocker normally, put on that jammer
Blitzkrieg
Manny.
getting a little midget whip from Jangly Evil. Did about 2 inches of work, and I can't believe that worked out for her. Nice job, and then
Yep.
Rage calls it off.
And she calls off the jam before Abominatrix can do any damage.
Called it off with authority. I love when blockers jam, and she just told me why.
Well, speaking of blockers jamming, we've got 313 Misfit Maiden coming up to the jam line for Pacific, who has definitely shown her worth as a pivot and a blocker. She has been knocking those orange ladies down this entire game.
If anyone here is using the Marriott shuttle, it is outside at the south side entry waiting to pick you up and take you somewhere. The Marriott shuttle is ready to take you.
And you can see right now Misfit Maiden's got some offensive jamming on her mind.
A little territorial there. Holding back, little red vet, waiting for that second whistle. Rage City as they post the triple century mark. 11 minutes until burrito time.
The pivot line is brought to you by Awesome.
Little red vet doing a little juke, gets around Misfit, going into the pack.
Oh,
Misfit almost taking out Tiger, ending her rampage.
yeah, I thought Misfit was going to take lead on the outside line, but she took a hard
Tiger
block.
did great.
Yep. On despite all that effort, it is still Rage City's world, as Little Red Vet should be calling off the jam.
Timeout Pacific.
Ladies and gentlemen, remember that beer garden is open and go and see our merchant row. Well, you can see all of our vendors, such as Derby Supply, Kickin' Edge, Peddler on the Path, Derby Love, Derby Famous, Derby Life, and Bikini Vixen. Also, make sure that you visit our Saddle Tramp Saloon, where if you give them tips, the ladies will dance.
You know, I tipped someone at the Saddle Tramp Saloon. No one danced.
That's a. Who did you tip?
Oh, there was an old guy making a burrito for me, and I don't know. I
Is
wanted
that
to
a euphemism, or
I,
are you
no,
being
I
literal?
wanted to see some moves. You know, I put some fives in the G string and everything. Nothing happened. All right, back to the action on the track.
Nothing.
Surge lost in his burrito magic.
I have nothing. This is the face of God. What? Crazy.
Genetically Evil will be taking on Abominatrix.
And looks like Rock'em Sock'em Robots there on the jammer line.
The pack is off. Kind of.
And they start off to a speeding finish. Pacific's not having any more of this. They're taking off.
Playing roller
If you skate it, they will follow.
derby. Yes.
And it's about. Bomb left in the back. Genetic put up front. Axel, last line of defense, has to let her go. Rage gets it.
Abominatrix still hanging in the back of the pack. This time she's looking to
We got
Lace-
wardrobe malfunction on that track there.
lay some blocking moves herself on Genetically Evil. If you can't beat him, knock him down.
Words, some good strategery. If you can't beat them, go defense.
Looks like everyone went down there just after turn one.
Everybody.
Abominatrix picking up some speed and breaking away from the pack.
Pacific drives genetically to the outside and pulls her the way to the back. Unfortunately, losing Chakra Khan to the penalty box for Rage.
Just under 8 minutes and 30 seconds left in period number 2. Don't forget AZRD against Silicon Valley will be coming up next.
I'm so excited for that game.
Oh, yeah.
Ready to go. Paymaker Sally in line for Rage City going against General Electric. General just burrowing through shoulder first. Rage City keeping her pinned inside. Paymaker tippy-toeing, finding that safety on the inside, gets out, and she's your lead jammer.
You know, when doesn't she find that?
I'm going to make a quick prediction. She's going to score 5 points on her next pass. Psychic.
Nope.
Oh.
Uh-huh. Forget about someone, Jilly.
All right.
Gentlemen,
Sign it.
you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
A little something called a jammer.
Sad panda.
Hey, it's still early in the morning. Somewhere. I said somewhere.
It's early in Australia, and those girls were still bringing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We live here and we still have jet lag. So
Genetically Evil ready to spring load off that line. Last moment, Abominatrix sneaking in right in front of her. And they're off. Abominatrix to the infield. Genetically Evil to the outside. 867-911 from each team take a spill. Abominatrix did not get lead jammer status, so Rage City gladly took it.
yep. Just when we thought too, Abominatrix got out of that pack, looked good, didn't get out clean.
Rev says that she cut the track. And remember, the refs always win.
Dick Derby giving a quick nod to that announcement.
General Electric going up against Wicked Speedia for Rage City.
The Rage City's mermaid. Wicked Speedia trying to stay in front of Jen as long as she can and still get through that pack. Jen trying different options to make her way out. Meanwhile, Wicked Speedia breaks through and she's your lead jammer. And she's your only jammer. General Electric's off to the penalty box.
Not something Pacific wants to see in the final 5 minutes and 40 seconds of this game. And look at Kaleidoscope go. Holding off Wicked Speedia like a one-woman army.
Her defense is so incredible to watch. Almost as good as her jamming. I can't pick. I can't pick.
Pick something, Jilly. Pick.
Jamming defense, jamming defense.
And Rage City's number 50. Gunners off to the penalty box as well. They got to let her go. Pacific City loses Axel.
To the penalty box again.
Well, you can tell it's the final minutes of the game as the whistles are going crazy. There goes Blitzkrieg Baker into the penalty box for Rage City.
Wiggespia staying out there, taking the hit from Classcope, stays in bounds and keeps on moving. Another grand slam.
Singing her siren song, and that is 5 points all day long.
And that is as Rage hits the triple century mark.
I just rhymed, letting you know. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right.
Signing you to a rap label soon. Don't worry.
They just call me JD.
Pacific's back. Jammer breaks out that pack. Rage calling it from the floor. 4 minutes and 20 seconds left until burrito time.
Big shout out to our DJ, Chris. We appreciate it.
That would be the Chris of Death. Chris of Death will be spinning for us all tournament long, and we appreciate it.
Dems be some long hours.
Looks like we got an official timeout, ladies and gentlemen.
So we'd officially like to thank our vendors and sponsors. We have Saz Gear, Simply Bits, the owner of the Jam Line, Skates Inc., Rogo, Rydell Skates, and Cube Bearings. They keep us rolling.
You know, Rogo does all the artwork for Tucson Roller Derby and has done so for several years now. Fantastic job. Plus, check out some of the stuff that he does on his own that doesn't have anything to do with Roller Derby. Equally as amazing.
Word. Rogo is an amazing artist. If you see the cover of our programs that you can buy for $4, this is all Rogo all day.
All right, Little Red Vet up to the line. She's going up against Kaleidoscope of Pacific.
Kaleidoscope, looking like she could take flight at any moment.
Well, she's only got one blocker to take at the moment, so I think if she's got a chance, now is the chance. Oh.
Kaleidoscope on the line, ready to close that gap, killing that time. Coach Evan Perv begging the skaters to go.
And look at that, Kaleidoscope has no problem whatsoever. She's your lead jammer.
And she's in luck. Her teammate Axel's going to join her. If you had one blocker to choose in Pacific today, oh my God, she took one hit and she's back in the penalty box. Axel will miss you so.
Oh. Huge spill. And turn number, oh.
It's a power jam for Rage City's Kaleidoscope sent to the penalty box.
And Lil Red Vet just going through like a choo-choo train.
Kaleidoscope pleading her side to the people in the audience. Hard spill out there. We got some skaters falling.
I'm telling you, the only points these Alaska girls can score is 5 at a time.
Total genocide out there, like a bull in a china shop.
What a reversal of fortune on this jam. It looked like Kaleidoscope was going to run away, but that unfortunate slide turned into a low block for her, ended up in the penalty box. And now, once again, we're with a power jam for Rage City.
And it looked like Blitzkrieg Baker might have broken her finger in turn 4 before going to the penalty box.
Oh. Is that a penalty?
I don't think so. It might be for hardcore awesomeness.
Axel forming that two-woman wall up front. Rage City breaking it up. They got to let her go to that 20-foot mark. Rage has a goat.
All right, she picks up a full 5, and that is the end of that jam. And we've got just under a minute and 40 seconds left to go in the game clock. We have
Timeout audience.
we have a
I just following his fingers.
Did you say
timeout for Pacific. You know, one thing we're not seeing a lot of officially in this game are a lot of back blocking calls on the jammer, which in past tournaments we've seen a lot, particularly when jammers have to fight their way through a scrum-like defense. You know, so I'm happy to see that, giving the jammers a little bit of leeway to do their thing.
It takes a finesse to power through and not get that back blocking penalty. You got to get there right in between the shoulders. So I'm pretty sure they train specifically to get around that hurdle.
Totally. I think we're not only just seeing that from the referees, but skaters as well. Skaters have noticed that they need to be able to stop on a dime before they hit that other team's defense. So we've gotten a lot better at stopping when going high speeds. So I think both of those things are factors to that, Serge.
Yeah, thank you for your.
You're
I want your
welcome.
report on my desk by Monday, madam.
I'm here to please.
Thank you.
I'm here to please.
We got a whistle and a timeout. Keep going, Kilimanjaro. You're on a roll. This
Did like-
timeout was brought to you for Kilimanjaro. Keep on talking.
Listen, any people that have traveled here for this event, if you don't know, Tucson's native food of local fame is the Sonoran hot dog. And we've got BD dogs outside, right outside that door right there, going all weekend long. So if you haven't had one, pick one up.
I've had one.
Yes,
It's so good in my mouth.
they are so good.
They have maple bacon on them.
Yeah. In case you don't know what that is, it's a hot dog wrapped in bacon.
And then smothered in awesome.
Yeah.
It's muy delicioso.
About 18 layers of awesome. So go pick one up.
Jimmy does the Lord's work, I tell you.
Pacific Roller Derby getting their party on at the Jammer Line. The Jammer Line sponsored by Simply Bits,
That's
your
right.
local choice for dependable communications.
And hopefully all of you people will get your party on at Club Congress on Sunday night. That's going to be our official after party for the Dust Devil tournament. And it's going to be officially incredible.
Incroyable, Serge.
Yeah.
Incroyable. Ooh, report from the officials. Ooh, 2-in-1. Shocker Khan of the Alaska Roller Girls has fouled out of the game. Wah, wah. That would be the first ejection of Dust Devil 2012, Shaka Khan.
Oh, there it is.
By the time you were done, I'm like, oh, there it is.
Yes, you're welcome. Just saying, blowing it up. And good job. Okay. Dude, I got your back. Assistant. Assistant.
Not for her, but for most of us, we're done.
Yeah.
She's been bathing the jacuzzi at words for a week. I'm surprised she's not sweating words.
I'm
It's like
sorry.
alphabet soup for
I appreciate you. It's the whiskey, man. I don't know. It lights me up.
Up the line, generic. General Electric going to Painmaker Sally. Painmaker driven hard to the outside. Unfortunately, Pacific lost their footing. Painmaker's back into it. Meanwhile, Pacific has lead jammer status.
Yeah. General Electric almost had her knocked into the inbounds, but couldn't quite make it happen.
That's right. She made up for lost time with being that lead jammer. Wow, powers through. Almost Eversley calls it off with holding points from Sally, Painmaker Sally. It is now 1 minute until burrito time.
Up to the jammer line now for Rage City. We got Genetically Evil. She'll be taking on Abominatrix.
Who, a little known fact, is genetically good.
Abominatrix, after taking that heavy hit in period one, really coming back in this second period and playing
Hasn't affected her
extraordinarily
game
well.
one bit.
Exactly. Just a testament to our roller girls never say die attitude. Oh, and there goes Abominatrix taking the outside line. Pacific, she's your lead jammer.
Speaking of the Angel, Genetically Evil taking in Waterfall on Kaleidoscope, taking it out hard and putting it way, way, way back.
The easiest call to make.
I could be half asleep and make that call.
Why are you cleaning your pants?
Abominatrix picking up a full 5 for herself. Well, I tell you, I've never seen a game like this. It doesn't even matter what the score is. No matter which team is jamming, we're picking up grand slams, left and right.
That jam's going to end this one.
Getting some help from Kaleidoscope.
A rockin' hit from Geno into Hypnothize. There's the end.
Kaleidoscope just hit with her entire front of her body.
Yeah. That you can see the rest of that in Kaleidoscope Takes on Alaska, the movie.
And there's a nice couple skate with Abominatrix and Genetically Evil out there.
340 to 55, the unofficial title. We're waiting for the
Ladies and
unofficial final. We're waiting for the official score to come up. But either way, a tremendous game by both teams, and especially Rage City.
We'd like to thank Rage City once again. Salmonella, Shocker Khan, Diddley, Snatch, Triple Extra Stuff, Tenacious Lee, Deuce Gunner, Painmaker Sally, Loose Nut Lolly, Genetically Evil, Blitzkrieg Baker, Little Red Vet, Tiger, Wicked Speedia, and Hypnothize. Your winners.
And a big thank you to Chris for playing MC Hammer. You're welcome.
All right, don't go away. Coming up around 3 o'clock, we're going to have AZRD versus Silicon Valley. That's going to be a tremendous game. Pacific, I want to see some of those moves on Sunday night.
What's our next game? Oh my lord.
I don't have a sports background, so like weird looks like it's like
Can't touch this.